spook easily startled.
Have you ever explored the depths of fear? Have you ever wondered what depravity dwells within the imagination of a storyteller that prompts them to exhume horrors untold and expose those horrors to unsuspecting audiences? Some are repulsed, and some are shaken. However, there are those who are invigorated. So to those demented souls, we invite you to journey inward into the dark bowels of human imagination. Press play, and you will discover what's in the podcast.
Have you ever known anyone with Alzheimer's?
No.
What if you could end all that suffering with a single pill? Give me till Monday morning, 48 hours. I'll give you results that'll skyrocket your stock price.
In the most advanced research facility in the world. But before they can save millions of lives, they'll have to find a way to save their own.
And I use gene therapies to increase their brain mass.
What is that?
As a side effect, the sharks got smarter.
And welcome back to another edition of What's in the Podcast. Nature Strikes Back, the final week. It seems fitting that we kicked it off with a shark movie that immediately became a classic. Now we end it with a shark movie that took some time to become a classic.
I thought it was classic when I saw it in the theater.
It took me some time, and honestly, through very good influence on your part to help me learn to love it as much as I now do.
It's awesome. Shut up. I don't argue about those things.
Yeah, so for everyone who's not watching the video version, of course, next to me is my significantly better half, Lynn, to talk about, but we are also bringing in another friend who we haven't had you on the show for a while, not since we had our talk on slashers, but we did have that incredible discussion on your channel. That was a beautiful discussion we had, talking about gender identity, just talking about sexuality, everything about horror's impact. It was a beautiful episode we did on your channel, Horror Movies and Beyond. Ivotres Littles, welcome back.
Hello, everybody.
Hey.
Thank you for having me back again.
Oh, it's always a pleasure to have you on. And how are things going? Isn't the festival circuit happening right now on the horror side? I think Overlook was about to happen. I know Atrium's happening down in Argentina.
Is it Fantastic Fest right now?
Yeah, I think that one is.
I think.
Yeah.
I don't keep up with them as much as I should. Which is not good.
Yeah, but I saw you've been organizing interviews with filmmakers and the like recently. In fact, you were about to have one.
Yeah, the Plastic Men. I was going to talk to Samuel Gonzalez Jr. He's an amazing director. There's a movie called Stiletto that will be coming out soon, and he also did The Retaliators, which is actually pretty fun. It's a pretty fun. It starts slow, but not slow like, oh my god, hurry this up. It's just from the story, you're like, oh, it's this priest, and then it turns into this full blood fast zombie. It took me by surprise. I actually really loved it.
Ooh, that sounds like a riot.
Yeah, but his new film, I mean, you can see the trailer now, The Plastic Men. I was in shambles. I never cried so hard in my entire life. And it's based on, I'm not going to say any spoilers, but it's just based on a man who went through the Vietnam War, but he put it with a horror twist of what is going on in his head.
Okay.
To show like how someone with that kind of violence, PTSD, to show like what they really see versus just like, oh, they're going through this stuff and they probably have memories of shooting someone or attacking someone, but the horrors of what it does to the mind. Okay, and we see it as a visual aspects of that. Like if the floor, like in his mind, it's like everything is cracking. We see the cracks. Like we see
that's cool. I like it.
The horror, like he really put it in there, man. By the end, I had to like turn it off and lay down because it's very triggering if you have PTSD or unalive thoughts. Just went through violence, especially war, and Samuel is a vet as well.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, so man, he was in the Iraq, I think.
The
Okay.
Gulf War.
Yeah, I think it was the Gulf War.
Excellent.
It was it's
The way
good,
actually-
but damn.
The way you're describing it, this is giving me some Jacob's Ladder vibes.
Yeah, it's
more like visual of what is going on in his head, whereas Jacob's Ladder was more reversed.
Yeah.
oh
And
yeah.
then-
Yeah, but it appears like we see it, but the way he did it is just terrifying. Like, man, these people just been tossed away once they come back
Mhm.
from the war. But what
Okay.
do they really go through? And we get to see that in a visual horror aspects of it.
Mm.
Oh, I gotta see this.
It's
gotta see
really
this.
good. It's
Oh,
very
man.
triggering. So just
Oh,
he
I'm
needs
always
a
one that-
warning on it though, because when I was watching, because I watched it months ago, and I was just like, I was in shambles. Oh my god, I was just bro, I had to text him. I said, dude, what the hell? He was like, what? I was like, but I think it relates only if you suffered, like if you have experience of wanting to like unalive yourself or
Mm,
down on your luck. But it's a great story, and it's inspired by true events, how the story was discovered, and you'll see that at the end. It's pretty
Excellent.
cool. But
all right.
yeah, but anyway.
Yeah, but anyway, for now, let's talk about really smart sharks that defy logic and swim backwards. So let's talk about Deep Blue Sea today. Yeah, I tried to come up with a segue. That was fun. So yeah, Deep Blue Sea was directed by Renny Harlin. Actually,
The man that knows subtlety.
oh yeah, he's a king of subtlety with films like Prison, Nightmare on Elm Street 4, and the recent
Also,
Oh.
one of my favorites, Cutthroat Island.
Cutthroat Island. Oh yeah, Lynn
Did
Cleary's.
I see Hmm.
Oh yeah, no. Oh no, it was Pirates of the Caribbean before they were Pirates of the Caribbean.
Except
Oh.
just
Silly.
I don't know.
Frank Langella is eating the scenery, man.
Oh yeah, he eats more of the scenery than
Than he did a Skeletor.
yeah.
Is he doing the Strangers?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. No, he
Okay.
did the whole.
Oh,
trilogy.
he did all three. You know, I've never seen him.
I-
One.
I did like the first one, like everyone did, but I will say by mere personal preference, I like the second one better. And I mean, it had better scares for me. I love the setting because you don't really come across trailer park horror that often, as much as you think you should.
Mhm.
And for extra measure, just as an extra bonus, kick-ass soundtrack. With this recent one, I mean, Strangers Chapter 1, yeah, the criticisms are valid. It is basically like a repeat of the first film. But given the fact that it is in aid of a trilogy with an overarching story, I'm going to reserve final judgment until the whole trilogy is out. I will say the trailer for Chapter 2 is showing promise, so I'm intrigued to see where they're taking it. So I'm reserving final judgment. But Renny Harlin, this is one of those films that was kind of like a foray, dipping his toe back into the waters of horror. But many people tend to write this off as more sci-fi action. But it's like, no, this is a horror movie through and through.
It's science gone wrong, classic kind of idea. You just have the creature feature of its 3 mako sharks.
Yeah, mako sharks this time.
So I was a shark enthusiast as a teenager, so when I got to see it and they acknowledged tiger sharks and they said these were makos, I'm like, what? Not a great white? Oh no! Because there are other sharks out there that are also
Yeah.
man-eaters, and makos are one of them.
So for starters, Ivotres, what was your history with this movie when you first saw it?
I was in the theater. Oh my god! Just remind me how old I am.
You lied, say it was a re-release.
The colors here.
Yeah, that's a thing now.
So-
Re-release screenings are a thing now, which I'm happy. Thank you, COVID. But that is a thing.
But I actually like that I could say I originally saw it in the theater. I don't know,
Mhm.
something about that, because back then theaters was still popping. It was like
Mhm.
Yeah.
then they were still affordable. I think I paid maybe like $5.75 for an adult ticket.
Oh man.
Maybe. I think it was probably about $4.75. But I was working at AMC Theater at that time. So
Mm.
yeah. Anyway, it was like $5 an hour or something like that.
It probably still is.
Sounds about right. Sounds about right. I mean, Was this love at first sight with this movie, or was this one you had to gradually
I
learn?
gradually had to enjoy it. I don't know. It was fun. I think the theater was packed, and it was a lot of black people because of LL Cool J.
Yeah,
He was at his prime when it comes to
Yeah.
movies.
yeah. Hey, he survived Killer Sharks. He survived Michael Myers, all within the same time
But
period.
yeah, that is true. But I think if I remember correctly, he has a clause in his contract that in horror movies he doesn't die. So, yeah, yeah,
Oh.
Okay.
yeah.
Not gonna complain.
But you know
So,
what? It helps. It helped that I don't mind so much when you give him a likable enough character. Fortunately,
yeah,
he
This is like
yeah, exactly. He's got like charisma to beat the band. So I mean
yeah.
that helps. Hell, I mean even in toys, he seems so out of
Oh
place in
yeah.
toys. And yet he fits in that movie. He still
his
works. And
argument about the food touching on the plate
yeah.
was my favorite as a kid. I was like, yes, he speaks my
And
language.
and he's always there, but incognito. Like he was always
Yeah.
around. Like he was in.
Oh, he's doing the camouflage
Yeah,
thing.
he was,
I
every
love that
time he
bit.
was like, "I'm here." He's like, "Where are you?"
Always great. Yeah, it's such a
Toys.
great.
That movie
That is a
was so.
severely underrated Robin Williams film. I go to bat for that movie so hard.
I have to
Yeah,
watch
it
it
was.
again because I was a kid when I did, and of course it was marketed badly. But
It was marketed, but I
as
mean,
a kid, I didn't get it as much.
yeah, it's one of those
Yeah.
ones where I said, yeah.
Let's focus on.
But let's focus on sharks. Let's focus on killer sharks here. So,
But yeah, it was different. It was fun. It was funny. Then you have like Samuel L. Jackson. It was like this funny thing where he always gives speeches about something, and
yeah.
then he gets tore up.
First, we're gonna seal off this movie.
I get
Oh,
taken
that was the
away.
biggest.
The whole audience went because I saw it in the theater too. I have a weird story about it, and that is it was my summer right after I graduated high school, and my mom and sister went to go visit family up north. My dad's like, "Oh, we need someone to cover like the front desk at my office." Whatever. Hey, Len, you're going to work for the summer at the front office, so I had to stay home and work 40 hours a week.
Mm.
So that week, like that Friday or something, my dad's like, "Hey, let's go to the movies," and it was going to be Deep Blue Sea or the Blair Witch.
Oh
And
wow.
I picked Deep Blue Sea. So we went to go see it. It was like a movie that my mom would totally never have gone to see, nor with my sister.
Which is funny because I think your mom would have loved the movie.
I don't know. She's a 50-50.
Your mom's weird, but that's
no,
what I think.
no, she went to go see Blair Witch.
Okay, that's weird.
Yeah, that okay.
Oh, Jesus.
From the place of the Blair Witch. Yeah, no. Longer story on that, but she got a fourth wall break with that. But I have a good memory of seeing it with my dad, and my favorite moment, I can still remember it, was when the shark goes after LL Cool J in the kitchen and it eats the bird.
Oh yeah.
Someone behind me was, "No, not the bird!" Like
Everybody was laughing.
Yeah.
I mean, I cracked
In the
up.
theater, it
I
was
thought so
laughing.
funny.
Oh no, LL Cool J, like it was badass line. You hit my bird.
But you actually grew to love the bird because
Yeah.
it was so cute, and it was like they would go back and forth, and
I love parrots, so
yeah.
yeah, I'm always gonna.
And parrots will mimic like language, and they will become a friend of yours.
yeah. And the name of the bird was Bird. He was like,
Yeah,
"Bird,
Bird.
where are you, Bird?" I was like, "What?"
Yeah. For myself, that was in my defense, that was a pretty loaded summer. So and
Well, 1999.
a
Yeah.
new movie theater had just opened up near my house, and I was watching like so many other things. If memory serves, I think that was also the summer of South Park. I think that was also the summer of
No,
Hell House, the Haunting of Hell House. I think. It was,
The Haunting. Yeah, Jan de Bont's The Haunting.
well, no, that was an April.
Wild Wild West. That was the summer of
The
Wild Wild
House
West.
on
I
Haunted
did go
Hill.
see.
I did.
that came out the same year.
Yeah, that was
Matrix was earlier.
Matrix was like in the spring.
That was April, and then you had American Pie, and then you had The Phantom Menace.
Yeah,
and then
that was.
It was a
It was
lot
Mummy.
going on that
The
year.
Mummy. Yeah, that was a
Oh, yeah,
loaded
that's-
summer. So
Like 99 was a tight summer.
and also I admit at that time I had a bit of a cynical attitude towards Renny Harlin because my dad is an engineer, and one of the things he will do with a movie is completely fact check a movie. if they get anything wrong in terms of the technical aspects of what's going on. And whenever we watched a Renny Harlin film, he would rip it apart because he knew damn well that man did not do any research when it came to, like, I will give a prime example. In Die Hard 2, the famous scene where McClane is trapped in the plane and he used the ejector seat to get out. That's all well and good, except there's one problem. That particular model plane does not have ejector seats.
This is the real world.
Well,
this is this universe. It's the multiverse.
Well,
In this universe, this plane does have.
Well, not only that, an airport plays pretty heavily in that film, and my dad working with planes and the like.
I argued the fact that if it was Dulles, that they just redirect them to Reagan, and there wouldn't be really a problem.
Why didn't they redirect them to Reagan? I don't know.
Dissecting that.
So I had a bit of a cynical attitude towards Renny Harlin at the time. So admittedly, and I wasn't as in love with schlock as I was. I didn't start watching Mystery Science until a little bit afterwards. So I didn't embrace schlock until
it's solid.
Now
it's schlock. It's solid.
Now I adore the shit out of the movie. It took a long time, and again, like I said, good influence on you. Though I will say, I think my love of it increased tenfold because recently.
You saw worse movies?
Well, that too, but also because Arrow just came out with this beautiful Blu-ray
this is awesome.
of Deep Blue Sea. But the major feature alone that you have to watch it, Rebecca McKendry, who you know as an incredible filmmaker, but is a major shark enthusiast. She also produced that incredible sharksploitation documentary on Shudder. She has a commentary track on this Blu-ray, and it's epic. It's just her. She is free. I think we had to pause a couple times because we were losing our shit laughing because she loves the hell out of this movie.
Yeah, it was fun listening to a commentary by someone who's not involved in the film but knows film.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, she's pretty incredible. I've been to one of her panels.
Really?
Yeah, she was at. Well, I can't remember, but anyway, I think it was LA Comic-Con, and she was hosting. I think Radio Silence was on that panel too.
Oh, sweet!
And they were just, talking about stuff, and she's also a professor, so it's like when I was listening to her, I was like, oh man, I would love to sit in one of her classes just to hear what she has to say, especially about film.
Oh yeah, and especially she's someone I would want to listen to because she gave us Glorious, and that movie is incredible. So yeah, Glorious, and she did the Elevator Game recently, which was a fun film.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so her whole dissertation on this movie in that commentary is just gold, like all the way through. It's just hilarious. Beyond that, this Blu-ray is, as you'd expect from Arrow, is just loaded.
Is it that thick, or is that the box, or?
Oh, it's
got stuff in it.
Oh,
okay.
It's got a big.
Okay. Because I'm like,
it's got a poster. It's got a big. Yeah, look at that. Look how thick that thing is.
Like, wait. This is actually kind of cute. Like, it has it's like the research.
Oh, okay.
So it's, like it's a full making of it's a book.
Yeah, with essays from various critics, including Rebecca McKendry.
See,
okay.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Oh yeah, Arrow Video. They do not disappoint. They recently also did a wonderful Demolition Man Blu-ray as well. But so stuff like this is kind of really helped boost my love of this movie. So
I mean, for me, one thing I was like, I'm a practical effects person, and the fact is that there's CG sharks, obviously, but how many times they actually they used a fake shark in the scenes. They just brought it to life more, especially because they didn't have to worry about the sharks being 40 feet or whatnot, like most Jaws type of films, and the tight quarters, everything. I mean, rewatching it a while ago, it was just neat seeing. It really kind of elevated the concept. Like, we've seen shark movies, we've seen them in weird places, but this is so unique. And yes, making them smart. They don't do anything that's insanely smart. They still are animals. They're not doing calculus or anything or talking to each other.
I would have paid to watch that though.
Cool.
I would have paid to watch that though.
But it was just a nice, fun idea, and I think they actualized it really well.
Sorry, my brain's still on sharks doing calculus. Be like shark and deliver.
Yeah. But you know what?
Edward Diggs almost is the teacher.
When I was first watching it, I couldn't understand how do they know how to flood it, how to flood the facility in order to get out. Like I was like, how would they know that? But then as I was watching it again, I haven't seen it in probably 20 years. So then when I was watching it again, I was like, well, they're swimming on the outside of it. So they have time to scope it out, I guess, to figure it out. And then, also when they took one of them inside, when they sedate it, I don't think it was fully sedated. I think
No,
it was,
yeah, it wasn't.
I think it was smart enough to hold it and to pay
It was
attention
playing
to
possum.
what it was, its surroundings. And then right when that guy like stood next to him, and he was like, yeah, I'm finna get him. So they could let them go. So he go tell his buddies, guess what? I know how we can get out.
How do I get you?
Well, this whole thing also kicks off during a hurricane. Actually, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
Who wants to do the synopsis for Ivotres? You're our guest. You give us the synopsis.
Oh no.
See.
I'm not ready.
He doesn't admit it, hasn't watched it in 20 years.
That's fun for me.
Okay. The synopsis. It's about a facility named Aquatica, or is that how you say it? Aquatica? Yeah. Okay. That is housing 3 sharks to do research for Alzheimer's. And during the research, unfortunately, they became smarter and wiser and decided to escape by flooding the facility, and many lives were gone, and many lives were
Many
extinct.
birds.
Yeah,
and one bird.
And one bird.
And one bird. Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking about it makes it sound
to be on
so
an underwater
silly.
research facility is a bird.
It's such talking it out loud is such a silly movie, but it's good. Like it's such a I don't know.
The thing I got to give to Warner Brothers, I mean, this was a studio picture. I got to give it to them. On paper, even when you pitch me on it, it seems like a very silly idea. But when you look at the fact that a lot of the like you said, practical, but not just the sharks themselves, but the sets. I mean, this is
they hired the right people, like great production design, great special effects house. Ray Harlin. The thing is, when you went over the top action, the man delivers.
Yeah.
Cliffhanger, Die Hard.
Long Kiss Goodnight, baby.
Long Kiss Goodnight. Yes, Cutthroat Island. Like he's going to give you everything on the screen. So
yeah. But the casting too, because
oh my gosh,
going back and looking at the casting, I was like, what? Like, I mean, they were really good. I mean, some of them are top actors.
Thomas Jane. This is before anyone really knew Thomas Jane at this point. This is like the beginning of Thomas Jane.
And this is really bad. The guy working in the garage that Pike worked in the Buffy movie.
Oh dear God. Oh my God.
Yeah. There's one scene where Pike's Luke Perry's character, he's leaving, and his boss is like, "Hey, what do I do if I see Benny?" He says, "Run."
Yeah.
That was Thomas Jane.
Wow. That's a good.
That is the only thing I do him from at the time.
That's pretty good.
I was like, dang,
that's pretty amazing.
That's a leap up.
And then you have what's his name? Stellan?
Oh,
Stellan Skarsgård. Yeah.
I forgot he was even in there. So when I was looking, I was like, what?
Yeah, this was before his I think this was about a year before his breakout in Good Will Hunting. That was like the first movie that got him worldwide attention, was Good Will Hunting. Then after that, it was pretty much off to the races for him and his family, pretty much after that. Yeah.
Him and his boys.
Starting the gloriously beautiful Skarsgård cinematic legacy, kind of thing, starting with him. And you know what? Started with horror. And I love the fact that he's an actor who just does whatever I want to float around in a fat suit, I'll float around in a fat suit for 2 big ass movies. Sure. Why not? You know? I'll be in multiple Lars von Trier films, sure.
Well, of course, Samuel L. Jackson, but that makes sense. Ray Harlin worked with him in Long Kiss Goodnight, so that kind of makes sense, right?
Yeah, Long Kiss Goodnight, and I think it was just those 2, but which incidentally, if you have not seen the Long Kiss Goodnight, that is probably one of Samuel L. Jackson's. I think even he's gone on record saying that was one of his favorite characters he ever played, was the Long Kiss Goodnight.
I would say it's the least Sam Jackson type character that you're used to.
Probably the least glamorous Sam Jackson character.
Like there's a certain type of character you're used to with him. This is like not that as much.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice, and he has a great camaraderie with Gina Davis.
Oh yeah, easily one of Gina Davis's most badass performances. So yeah, this is also turning into a big love letter to real. Well, this is us realizing that we love Renny Harlin more than we ever thought we loved Renny Harlin. So I guess
So it's
go
all
figure.
in this movie.
Yeah, but you're right. Yeah, the casting is. I think the casting is definitely central on this
Yeah.
one. We also have one who, unfortunately, I haven't seen Hide to Hair, but was Saffron Burrows, who she plays Dr. Susan McAllister. She actually, around the time she made this movie, she was starting to become. Well, right now she's on the show You. But I remember she she was in Baghead recently. Oh, wow. Oh, she was on Agents of Shield recently. Oh, she was
Well,
on
that was a recent, but
well, not recent, yeah. That's right. That's where I saw her recently. Boston Legal. She was a cast member on Boston Legal. I knew she was on one of those. On one of those. But yeah, her character was actually one of the major changes that kind of went through the production because they were trying to build her out as have a redemptive arc, but we're going to full spoilers ahead, people, by the way. Originally, she was meant to survive the whole affair, but audiences responded to her in a completely different way, where they hated her character and they said, well, no, she got to die. But they did it in a way that kind of actually
she was a self-sacrifice.
yeah, they did a more self-sacrifice kill at the end. So let's focus on her character since she really is kind of like the one who initiates.
Well, she's the
this whole
mad
mess.
scientist, technically. If you think of a creature feature with the human element, she would be the mad scientist that creates the creature.
But I kind of understood where she was going with it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
when she explained why, you know, her dad was, you know, had Alzheimer's and she had to watch him deteriorate. So I was like, I get it, but I think the point where the shark woke up and Carter was finna shoot it and she said no and she hits the button. I think the whole dynamic of her character changed at that point because it's like the shark just attacked, you know, our friend and whatnot, and he's over there bleeding to death and you're just like, let him go, you know. No. So I think that's where the shift, and then I could see why people were like, oh well, she has to go. And then it was just her attitude throughout. It's like all this stuff is happening and it's still happening. And then there was a part where the preacher, which is LL's character, he was like, all the death around us, and you know, you're still trying to get these numbers and stuff. Because she's like, I got to go to my quarters or whatever and get my data. And he's like, why would you even care for that? Like, why? So, yeah. But I kind of understood. It's kind of like
she made a good. Well, actually, it's good you bring that up. She makes a good point though when she asks. She's like going, yeah, if I don't get that data, all these people who died will have died for nothing because everybody's here for the specific reason to obtain this research. You're dealing with sharks. There's already a room for risk just by dealing with sharks, even if they weren't smart. And so this is one of the benefits of hindsight when I went back to revisit this movie. Is like now it's like, no, it's not as easy to evaluate with compared to other mad scientist portrayals in movies where it's like they have like a god complex or something like that. You're right. She has a place where she comes from a place of person. In a way, it's kind of like Dr. Jekyll, where a lot of the reason why he initiated the experiments because he had a father in Bedlam. You know, that was one of the reasons he set off his experiment. So it comes from a place of personal pain. It's like, it's like Batman. This happened to me. I don't want it to happen to other people. So there's that whole idea. But I think the thing that's fascinating in this movie is that you see her with these little inklings of losing her sense of, I don't want to say morality, but there's this sense of in her effort to preserve, you know, to help humanity, she's losing her humanity in the process.
Well, I mean, the one of the main things was Sam Jackson. He's like the investor, I guess.
Yeah.
He makes a point of that you're not like genetically altering these sharks to do your research. And she's like, no, of course not. We're not doing that. They were the whole time. You were already kind of bending off the morality by lying to him because it's also rare to get the investor character who is actually like gives a crap. That was very rare. I'm not used to that in any movie, to be honest, is that the investor is actually one of the more moral individuals.
Yeah.
But I mean, you could see kind of like she was shades of gray. Does she deserve to die? I mean, if she had lived, I wouldn't have. You know, I'm like, well, you going to jail probably, but you know, maybe. But I mean, I thought it was actually kind of like cool on her to willingly sacrifice to save the others. So
Yeah.
so at least whoever's left can be saved. I thought that was like kind of a badass move. Personally.
Well, I think even if she did live, I don't think she would have went to jail because it was during the hurricane and how everything happened. It could have been like, oh, well, the hurricane just tore up everything, and then it opened some facility parts, and then the sharks came in, and we tried to save
it
them.
could have been hidden up, but who knows?
But then that'd have been if Carter and the preacher would have said something, you know.
Yeah, like how much would they be like? How much you going to pay us to keep us quiet?
Yeah. But then what I not to leave from the Susan, but Carter, what I noticed his character is that he was the criminal. Like he had a criminal background, and they were really pushing, oh, I'm gonna tell your story, you know, how are you gonna find another job and all this stuff. They were really pushing on him. And I like that in the sense of it's always the Black person that's always like the criminal or something like that. And then it kind of switched, like LL's the preacher, and then you have Samuel with the money. So I like how they did that. I mean, that's just from my perspective.
No, that's a great perspective.
Though I always kind of wondered when they kept bringing up his rap sheet, but they never said what it was. I don't think they ever said what it was.
Given how adept he is at maneuvering around sharks, I'm going to bet poaching.
Poacher or
maybe
poacher? Pirate.
Maybe pirate.
Yeah, because I'm just like curious as to those. He has a certain set of skills.
Well, he did something where Samuel kind of stopped in his tracks and kind of hinted about his rap sheet.
Yeah,
and then
never, like when normally there's like tragic backstory, or they're I was trying to feed my family or something. I don't know. But I'm just like, the guy rides sharks. Yeah. That's a special skill. He might have been a poacher or something like that.
No, he shot his son, a woman, and 2 old people in a Jeep in the midst of in the middle of a big mist. That's what he did.
Oh, I had to think about that. I was like, wait, what? Oh,
no, that's up.
That's where he ended up.
That's bad.
Regular shark. Yeah.
That was.
He went from a movie poster illustrator to a shark wrangler. Man, that's a hell of an occupation jump.
That's a whole nother story.
That's a whole other movie for a whole other day. That's a whole other movie for a whole other day.
I do like your point is that in this film, all normal expectations is, like you said, that the person with a rap sheet and whatnot would be the Black individual, but that was completely reversed. The most moral character, honestly, I'd say the most moral characters, Sam Jackson being the wealthiest, was a good change. It was a solid.
And I'm always a big fan of that character dichotomy to begin with. The idea of someone who's done bad and is actually legitimately contrite and is just trying to get on with life and just trying to do.
I mean, life can be really cruel to anybody and any struggling status. So that is a very known thing of, you did some bad stuff because you were pushed into a corner, and then this is like your redemption. But I feel like I don't know, I kind of always got that in the case of Thomas Jane's character, that it was more just to explain why he's got so many weird skills and he's there. Like the other people are scientists, or that makes sense. You're working on science. This guy is very unusual, and he does not fit in with the rest. So it's like, well, you have to have something over him, and likelihood that would be. I'm just curious as to what was it, because he writes.
I think she kind of threatened him, Susan, the doctor. She kind of threatened to expose him.
Yeah.
It was very brief. If he just doesn't do what it needs to be done. Now get in there and get the sharks, know, and he's risking his life. I mean, they're dangerous, even when they're not escaped yet. He's just trying to wrangle them.
With Mako sharks.
I mean, it even starts off that in the beginning when one escaped and he had to go get it. And it's just like,
he was actually the cold open is actually with Oh no, it is the Mako shark that snuck out. But then the second one, he rides a tiger shark, and they say that's not the special one; those are the special ones. And then they cut the Makos. But tiger sharks are also man eaters. Like there's 10 sharks out there in the world that are notorious man eaters. Makos and tigers are both.
Yeah.
Well, these ones eat other sharks. Remember they was feeding them, and they threw a shark in there, and it just attacked and ate.
Yeah, certain sharks, I believe makos or some of them are cannibalistic. If they smell blood in the water, they will rip up whatever it is. The Meg.
The Meg, actually. No, the first one.
The first Meg actually used that plot.
Mm.
But yeah, sharks can become cannibalistic. I believe. I know makos can fly, technically. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait.
So,
let's start all
okay.
over. Huh?
It's called flying. They're not flying, but they can actually fully leap out of the water. Like, you know how you'll see a great white will jump out of the water, but they're still in the water?
Yeah.
A mako will come out of the water. Like, they will fly out of the water because they're notoriously called the flying sharks.
Yeah.
That.
Oh. Why would they do that? To come after something or just for practice?
I think it's a hunting thing. I have a book about it, but it has like a picture of one like literally in midair.
So the makos are the most dangerous. Is that what you're saying?
I would say they're definitely dangerous. I don't know if they're the most aggressive. I mean, I think hammerheads.
Hammerheads. I was about to say hammerheads. I think are the most
aggressive bunch.
Okay.
But makos probably are just localized. Makes sense. Well, makos are also smaller. Like they're not like great whites. You know, great whites. But because they did need these sharks to fit in hallways.
Yeah, that was actually that's my criticism about the movie back when I first saw it, because you get through all the
hallways.
Well, I had to think about how big those sharks were in relation to the hallways that they were maneuvering. Are these sharks shrinking, or like how much feet?
Could have been about the distance of this room, so fine.
Or even just how much feet of water, like the hull. Oh no,
Hooper talks about that a shark in 3 feet of water could easily just come swimming right up to you.
Hooper and Jaws, by the way. Yeah,
he makes a comment in
I think that is true, because you kind of see like videos and National Geographic and stuff like that. It's just, they're just 3 feet of water. Yeah, as long as they could swim and breathe.
As long as they got the water over the gills, they're good to go. Oh no, I mean we're only like 30 miles from the shark bite capital of the world.
Yeah. Oh wow.
New Smyrna Beach. Most amount of shark bites. I mean, not shark deaths.
Yeah,
just the shark bites. They're not
okay. Well, that sounds just as bad.
I mean,
because when they bite, they do this.
I mean, that's like a saw.
Well, they bite, but don't they do this so they could?
Yeah, they'll try to. Yeah, but if the shark's not big or it's smaller, it'll try to like pull and shake you off. But you're also kind of like a kaiju to them, so it'd have to be. Usually, it's people who are surfing or on bodyboards because you look like a seal. They'll usually go for your leg because your leg's a little more chonky. The human body, I mean, compared to an arm. But they'll bite you, but they tend not to do a kill move. If that makes sense. I mean, will you be hurt? Yes, you will.
For those listening, only listening to the audio version, right now I'm staring at Ivotres like going, I am never going to the ocean again. Like
no. The funniest thing I've ever seen.
Well, I can't swim, so.
Oh really?
There was a diagram of the United States, and it had a red section over the places with the most shark attacks, and it was, of course, the entire coast of Florida, and up the middle of the state of the country, and everyone's like, "Are there sharks running around?"
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah,
the Mississippi bull sharks are in freshwater. And
that's right. Because someone did. It was on TikTok. Someone put that map, and it was one dot and one like in the like in the middle of United States. Yeah, and people were like, how does that happen?
And I was like, it's the Mississippi River, man. I'm like, bull sharks, those little bitches. Well, I think it was like the meme had like a shark flight like floating in the middle of the air, like through a forest or something, like land shark.
And see, with all this being said now, especially with the revelation that makos are the kind that can like just throw themselves. Yeah, that does actually put into perspective a lot of the kills in this movie, because we do have a lot of like spectacular
kills
that involve the sharks like jumping out. Like there's actually a pretty great breakneck sequence where they're trying to climb up a corridor. Climb up a shaft. One of them falls in, and the shark just leaps up with her still in its maw.
Mm-hmm.
While it pulls her down. I was like, that.
I love the shot where they're going up that ladder and it pans down so you're looking from above. You see the shark just circling. It's
Yeah.
wait, dudes, I have to go wait for you to fall. And someone eventually fell, and it was lunchtime.
And it's still just astonishing because you're dealing with water. I mean, granted, this was about 2 years after Titanic, and Titanic was like a new innovation in how to do filming scenes underwater kind of thing. So I wouldn't be surprised if they learned a lot of the tricks from that to work with this.
As much as that's true, I also feel like this film had a little more of a controlled set for the water, because most water sequences, minus anything on the surface, was a controlled set. So they could control the water. It's always whenever they're filming on actual oceans, that's where your problems become reality and your budget skyrockets. Titanic had all other problems of its own. I mean, it made its money, but yeah. If water's involved, the budget will go over. But in this case, I think they kind of knew where they needed to control things.
Well, I think because this one was on a set, it was actually like, yeah, it wasn't like actually on location or anything like that. Well, at least not. At least probably the finale was definitely on. The finale was definitely on location.
On like site locations, but nothing too much. You know what I mean? We're not talking Waterworld here.
Oh God, no.
Yeah.
No, Waterworld. No, that was a nightmare.
That was that one.
Yeah, and not just because of Kevin Costner.
Sharks.
Okay, I have a maybe you guys can have me out. Okay, so there's 3 sharks, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, one of them is special.
No, all 3 are.
All 3 are special.
Yeah, they're all been modified, so they're all smart.
Okay, so the one that got taken in so they could extract what they needed to, was that the main one?
I don't think they had a main one. It's not like
was that the one at the end where
we have no
she
idea.
went into the water and it stopped to look at her?
No, they didn't.
They never identified them separately in this case. Like normally in a lot of films where there's multiple animals, there's like a distinct difference.
Yeah, they didn't Stumpy it like they did with Tremors. Yeah, I was thinking Stumpy from Tremors. This is why we're married.
Stumpy.
Because I was trying to think, like, because when I was watching, I was like, well, maybe the shark at the end was the one that they had in the facility, because when she jumped in and it was coming, it stopped. And then it was like blinking. It like looked at her. It took the white part. And I was like, and I was like, maybe that's the same one. And it was like, oh, wait, let me think about this. And then it was like, nah, just kidding. And it's got her.
I mean, I don't think there's anything that says that it's not possible.
Yeah.
Because all 3 were experimented on. That's why you had one which got blown up by a preacher, knew somehow to turn on the oven.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it bumped it with its nose, and I'm like, okay.
First of all, the preacher could fit in the oven.
They make a lot of cakes. Like,
yeah, that makes a lot of cakes. I mean, unless it was like the pizza oven. That was a pretty big ass kitchen for a staff of only. Well, no, actually, that's all right.
That was a graveyard shift. That was
left. Well, not only that, it was the graveyard shift because most of them went home.
No, they all left for the weekend because it was a weekend shift.
Yeah.
Because the boat was coming with all the morning people the next
that I think they also knew that the hurricane was coming as well. So
yeah, they were just like the graveyard shift.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So dang it! Once again, this is what we mean about the lie that is plot holes. Plot holes are plot points that the filmmakers didn't feel was important to mention. Why? Because we can do what we just did right here.
Well, I mean,
and just
the last thing is them sitting on the thing and the boat's coming with the morning crew, and they openly say, "Oh, it's the morning crew."
Yeah.
Which is like, well, how are you going to explain this? The place sank.
Because I feel bad for those people coming in on the boat, like going,
"So I have a job."
And it's like, yeah, oh shit, I'm fired.
Well, see, those sharks were a little too smart, because when the guy got his arm messed up and then they called for help, and I don't know how, like, he was in the machine to take him up that,
yeah, and it broke and it fell.
Yeah, and it went in the water. But how did the shark know? Let me grab this.
I think it's
and just like push it enough. Like, you have to hit it very hard, because when the glass broke out, the glass was like this thick. I mean, how?
So let's what are we gonna name the one that was inside that has brain poked? We gotta give him a name.
Pokey.
Pokey.
Okay, Pokey.
Yeah, we'll just call Pokey.
Pokey.
Yeah. Pokey found the twins. The twins are the other two.
Okay.
Okay, they're like, yo, I can get inside there, but we need, but that nasty clear stuff. We gotta get that water in there. And then the guy falls in, and twin number one's like, thing one and thing two. Thing one's like, yo, let's yeet him. And thing two's like, I can build up speed. And the other two are like, go guys, boom, and there they go. See, trap. There you go. That's how it happened.
I can visually see that.
They
should have that at the subtitles.
And have the music with the great outdoors with the raccoons and ba 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 boom.
Lips and assholes.
Yeah, lips and assholes.
But you would have to hit. So
well,
that place...
they just fling him at it,
Yeah.
and then they swim away, and it cracks and breaks, and they just clearly saw it happening because they just ride the wave right in.
Mm-hmm.
But it also shows like how unsafe that facility was.
I mean, yeah,
well,
that was a hard bang, but it shouldn't have been that hard to crack that. I mean, it was like the glass is this thick when
well,
it hit.
I'm tempted to research how fast a mako shark can actually swim.
Oh, okay.
This was a big one too. It was. I mean, I just love the image of they're like, what's that? And the shark is literally like, I'm coming for you. And then it flings him, but moves out of the way because that shark's like, I'm not going into that thing.
Holy shit.
Okay, no, wait, yeah.
How fast can it?
46 miles per hour.
That's fast.
So basically a car just ran into that glass.
Yeah.
So that's why when it was banging against the doors to get through.
Yeah, it was picking up speed. So, okay, there we go.
Problem solved.
Problem solved. There we go. And not only that, with a friggin' metal gurney, I mean, that's akin to a car bumper. So,
yeah, that thing's meant to not break. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
So, there.
They didn't care that there was a person on it. They were like, oh, this is the fun part.
Oh, they don't care. They don't care. I'm pretty sure, that just leads you to wonder what Stellan Skarsgård's character is just thinking in his head, like right before he died. He's like going, you know what?
I have my arm ripped off. I'm gonna die now.
I'm just like thinking, you know what? As ways to die, this is definitely one for the books.
I think he lived for a little bit because he had that thing in his mouth.
Yeah, he was.
I think the oxygen until that ran out, he just suffocated.
Well, since he was strapped to the gurney. I mean, I'm sure the impact probably caused some trauma, but I wouldn't be surprised if he sank to the bottom because he was basically strapped to a metal gurney and pulled out to the
impact when when it broke and all the water. That's a massive pressure. Could have him into the wall or something. We don't see him after that.
We just at that point we're just gonna.
It's why the sharks, twin one or twin twos, like stayed behind and played like it's like a torpedo. I just tear it. Get them. Get the yum-yums. It's tasting good. This is why you don't have me on.
No, this is why we have you on podcast. What are you talking about? Okay, we're going to do more shark movies now. This is what we're going to get out of it.
I mean, how you going to stand there and see it crack? And the only person that was like with brains was like, man, we should get out of here. Samuel's character. I would have, as soon as that hit, I would have been out. Like I wouldn't even, the door would have been left open. They would have saw the back of my head getting out. I was like, y'all better come on. I mean, I don't know what y'all doing.
Outline, like that missing outline.
Yep, that's it.
Let's kind of talk about that because there's so many times we see that happen in movies where people just stand there and just watch it go down. Is there something in our brain that just makes us go, I want to see where this goes?
Or just honestly, it's shock. Like when you're in shock of anything, I mean, I'm just saying, like that's usually also it is a movie. Like we went to see their reactions. We don't want to see all gone and like, well, nothing's happening.
Well, that was her man, so.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
yeah. Susan was.
I mean, she could have been in like shock. I mean, also like
no, was it Janice? No, Janice was the other lady. What was her name?
Right. Yeah,
Brenda.
I think I knew
Brenda was her man. So she was standing there telling me, "Oh no!" I'm like, "Girl, he's gone."
That's right. Yeah, who was it?
That was Brenda, and then her man was Tom. No, Jim. Tom was Michael Rappaport.
Rappaport, yeah. Or was it Janice? I think.
No, Janice was the one in the
In
was
the
it
tower, they got when the
tower?
explosion.
Oh,
happened.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Or
Brenda.
was it Brenda? I don't know.
Oh, Brenda was in the tower.
Oh,
Brenda was in the tower.
Janice
Okay.
Janice was the one that got.
She was the pixie.
Yeah.
The pixie. I felt bad for her when she got.
Oh,
she's like, I don't want to die. I was like, well.
Yeah, you just silenced yourself. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's no. I mean, that does make me feel.
She was the saddest kill, I think.
Yeah, you always have to be there. You do have to have those kills you have to feel sad for, and usually those characters who are just horrified beyond all reason and terrified, you do kind of feel there is a level where you're just like where Schadenfreude takes a walk, and you're just going like, oh, this I feel bad now for enjoying watching this kind of carnage, because there's some people who are legitimately scared for their life and they don't deserve the horrible fate that befalls them. I mean, Michael Rappaport. I mean,
he annoyed me.
Well, name me a Michael Rappaport performance that didn't annoy you.
Fair.
Because in this one, I was watching, I was like, who are you going to trust? I mean, he was getting on my nerves with that. I don't know who wrote that, but
yeah.
I don't know. It was he kept saying that. Who are you going to trust? You got to go here. You got to go there. And then take you topside. And all blah, blah, blah. I was just like, ooh.
Yeah. He got the trailer kill. He got
the one that pretty much gets spoiled in the trailer.
Yeah, floating in the water, and then the shark just like swoops in.
It's a good shot to cut away from. I mean, it's funny when you actually watch it. But it's a good sell. I mean, that was a good sell in the trailer.
Yeah,
give them that.
You got to sell the fact that characters die. You don't want to Lake Placid it where it makes it out like so many people are going to die, and then only two people die. It's like, no, this case, no, actually, that's the one thing I gotta give this one. This one has a body count, and it's
a legit body
count. I remember even when I first saw this, I did not expect the people who survived to survive. Like, I was legitimately, I admit, I was surprised that both Thomas Jane and LL Cool J survived. I didn't,
I was hoping LL Cool J, I liked him, so I did.
Yeah.
But usually in horror scenarios, the comedy character is usually fair game because he was kind of the comedy character in the grand scheme of things.
But no, I just didn't want him to. I liked him.
But I've noticed in the movies that he played, the horror. Hold on. I noticed in the horror movies that he played, you always think he's gonna die. He always get got. That happened in Halloween H2O. Like you always thought it was, and then he miraculously survived. So, but it's in his clause. I think it is in his clause in his contract. That he doesn't.
I expected him and the lead scientist her to
live.
Susan. I thought Susan would have to live with this, and I thought Thomas Jane would be the self-sacrifice. I was a little surprised that it kind of reversed. But I was okay with it. Like I didn't.
Again, one of the rare times focus groups actually kind of recommended a change that actually benefited the movie.
I just didn't like the way she died, though. I just thought it was stupid.
Well, it defined in what sense? Like just like
because okay, they're up there, and then it's like, oh my god, we have to stop her because this is steel and underneath is titanium. And then he was trying to shoot her. Carter was trying to shoot the shark, and then she was like, I know how to get her. And I was like, okay, well, how are you going to get her? And she was like
going for him, and then she jumped in the water with her hand cut to distract it away.
No, it wasn't going for him. He wasn't in the water yet. He was trying to shoot it because it was ramming the gate.
The nose move.
Yeah, and so
I think she was trying to buy them time to get set up because they were trying to set up the rig that they were going to use to blow up the last shark. But
no, it was already done. So yeah. So when he was like telling her, okay, do this, like that steel thing he had, touch this, and then we got to get it. We got to stop the shark. So when the shark was ramming to get out, Carter ran up this thing and he was like trying to shoot it, but he's like, she's too far away. And that's when
the shark was too far away.
Yeah. And Susan was like, I know how to get her.
Okay, that's what it was.
Yeah. And I was thinking
the shark was about to get out and she basically lured it back in.
Yeah, but the thing that it I just, even to this day, is like, I know they changed it, but I just didn't like the way they changed it because I just felt like logic. Why jump in the water in an area that you wouldn't be able to get out of.
I don't think she
but
knew that.
No, she didn't. No, actually, no, she
And then-
didn't. Because remember, she tried to get out, but the ladder broke off.
Okay,
Well,
so
yeah.
she
But when
jumped
she-
in because she cut her hand to have the
But,
blood so the shark would smell her.
But
But-
if a shark can smell blood from miles away, why not drop it in the water or
Because
put
these
your
are super
hand?
smart sharks.
Smart sharks.
The shark will be like, bitch,
You see what I'm saying? I'm thinking how a shark,
But
if
they're
you drop
smart
water,
They're
I wouldn't
smart
have got
sharks.
in. I wouldn't got in. I would have put my
Pokey.
hand in the
Don't
water.
disrespect Pokey. Pokey knows his stuff. And he'd be like, bitch, I know that's just your hand.
But
You're
you
like,
see
"Oh,
where
yeah,
I'm
what
going
do you
with
think? You'll lure me
this?
with your tampon? No, I don't think so.
But do you see where I'm going with this? Like, why?
I
I wouldn't have.
Basically, that makes sense. The thing is she knows the sharks are smart, and probably if she just squeezed her hand and put blood in the water, the shark's not going to come to that. It's going to want the sound of a person. She was going to try to get out, and then the thing broke. Oh well.
Yeah.
But these my argument is they're super smart sharks, and they'd be offended if they just saw a little squeeze in the water and be like, "No, chum ain't gonna work for these guys."
Yeah.
You got to have a.
But then
full
again,
size.
where's all that data that she had? Like,
Oh, no,
did she have it on?
We got burned up.
Oh no, it got destroyed because actually there was actually a really cool sequence. Now, granted, one could say because if you know Renny Harlin's attitudes towards the female body, there is you have to have that scene, but it did actually kind of justify itself just by the way it did, where she is able to get above water, strip down, and use the wetsuit as an insulator and drop a live wire in there. But unfortunately, and she tried to get her data, which fell in the water.
So it's got flash fried.
So it got flash fried.
When,
so there,
she killed twin number 2.
Yeah, when she killed Thing 2, yeah.
Thing 2.
Yeah.
Flash fried. Thing 1.
But I didn't understand when she got naked. Why was she all greasy, like all wetty? Like, you wear a wetsuit?
Oh, I can tell you. Well, I can tell you. On a filmmaking level, I can tell you why. Because unfortunately, to do setups for shots, and you know this, just like everyone knows, doing setups for shots, especially with the bigger the production, setting up for a shot takes fucking forever to do. And if the character is supposed to be wet for the sake of continuity, unfortunately, that is a pain because they have to be. So a lot of times, in order to give off the illusion that they are still wet, a lot of times they'll douse them in oil or some kind of grease.
Something that doesn't dry.
Something that doesn't dry, and that will still show up on film. A lot of times, that is why they do it. So obviously, they couldn't just. I mean, yeah, sure, logically, they probably could have just. But even then, dunking her in the water.
If that water is cold, that's not going to be helpful.
Well, also, it would play hell with continuity in terms of her hair.
Yeah.
That too. So basically, they had to set her up there, probably grease her up in its way, so that way it was conducive to con. That is
technically she's just to be
water
wet.
is one of the biggest banes of a on a film set because it's the most unpredictable element. It's something that you got to deal with. Like, I've done shows where, like, in a scene, a guy had, like, one of our cast members had to be doused in water because off stage he fell into a creek. By the end of the show, because he's under lighting, he's practically already dry. By the end, because water.
It's like in Jaws: The Revenge, where Michael Caine is in the water. He is wet. When he gets onto the boat, he's completely dry because the scenes were just taking so long. He dried naturally. No one even dumped a bucket on him.
Exactly. So water, water, you can't count on it to be reliable in terms of continuity. So so that probably would answer your question as to why she looked kind of greasy during that bit. Well, that, and also she's in her skivvies. So, and I'm pretty sure Renny Harlin was like, a mild eye roll, but unfortunately, you know what? It was the 90s and it's Renny Harlin. I'm surprised he didn't put her in a thong, you know?
Really? Well, she didn't turn around. She might have.
I don't.
No, they were
in pretty normal undergarments.
Undergarments, yeah.
Asked what you would wear.
Yeah, no, I'm dipping on Renny Harlin because unfortunately, like, especially on the set of Nightmare 4, he kind of had some
his viewpoints on what people want in a horror film were interesting
in terms of female exploitation. So yeah, it kind of, that's why it always shocked me to know that Gina Davis married him for a spell. I was like going, you do not seem like the kind of woman who would have hooked up with this guy.
Wait, Gina Davis?
Yeah. That's why they did two movies together.
2 movies at least.
Yeah, Long Kiss Goodnight and Cutthroat Island. That's why they did those 2 movies together.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I think they married.
Yeah, I think they did for a little while.
Yeah.
first, but-
Yeah. Though I think no, I'm not going to be mean and say Cutthroat Island ended their marriage, but
I
the,
would be
they,
surprised.
yeah, I wouldn't have been surprised because again, that was not a fun set to be on. Apparently, you know.
That was a double.
Yeah,
I'm
that.
looking that up now too.
Yeah, you're gonna look that up now. Find that out. I don't know. I mean, this is one of those times. This is why I always keep telling people like, don't always be married to your initial opinions on any movie because I guarantee at some point you're gonna go back, revisit that movie, and your opinion's gonna change. Sometimes even into a drastic extreme. I mean, now I have a great time watching this movie. I mean, this I would like to put it to the test to see if this is a party movie.
I think so.
I think it's a party movie.
I think
Maybe
so.
You
Oh,
think?
hell yeah.
Yeah, this would definitely be a.
It's a total party movie.
Yeah, I mean, sure. I mean, one could say like, no, no, show Sharknado, which I'm like going, yeah, that works at parties too. But this one, honestly, I feel like, this goes back to that argument of deliberate schlock versus natural schlock
Mm.
kind of deal. I mean, this is the one where it's like, no, they just commit to the premise, they sell it with the utmost conviction, with just no cynicism and no snarky thing, and they commit to the bit and just commit to the absurdity to the premise and actually try to sell it with a level of conviction. So much so that the one character you think is going to survive has easily one of the most comedic deaths in the history of cinema to the point where it's memed like crazy.
I love people's reactions, but they don't know what's gonna happen.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
I want to look up and see if there's any kind of reaction videos to people like going to that death. Oh, you're gonna look it up now?
I'm gonna look it up.
You're gonna look it up?
I mean, there should I'm thinking like Gen Zers who don't even know, like, sure for shame don't know about this movie, but they know Sam Jackson.
All right. So for both of you who saw it in the theater initially, was there a big response to when Samuel Jackson got killed?
People were laughing.
They're cracking.
They were laughing.
Yeah, they were like, oh.
Well, I love how you're doing it mid-inspirational speech
I like
too.
it when the camera's really well, Thomas Jane, he does say stay away from the pool because
Yeah.
dude knows sharks, and then he's like having that speech, and then it cuts to really close, and then the shark's like, no more speech, man.
Oh yeah.
When I was watching this, I was like, because when I first watched this, it was like, it looks so cool. But then I was watching it now, I was like, man, these CG effects are terrible.
This is 90s CG. I mean, allowances have to be made. I mean, I'm sorry. This is kind of goes back to when I was talking about Doctor Who with my friend Matt, and we're talking like, listen, you look at when innovations come around in terms of special effects, you just have to have an allowance for the fact that this is what it was when it was at the time, and just moving on forward from there. I think my only thing that I used to condemn the movie for was I thought it was just over reliant on it. But now I go back, I'm like going, oh hell no! Actually, probably if anything, the CGI is way not even half as
Yeah.
much.
They CG when they have to. The
Yeah.
only parts that I feel don't look the best is not the sharks. I think they look fine. It's when they had to CG the humans.
Yeah.
When they
Yeah.
snapped them up. Doesn't look the best.
Mm.
But at the time, again, it was only a few years after Jumanji was the first time they ever CG
Yeah.
hair, which was on the line.
And that movie was only like 4 years prior to.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like still in its infancy, and I don't know.
Well, I don't know because Jurassic Park used it,
Well,
but
we had
it was
Kyle
really
Lamb, and they also didn't have as many CG scenes as you think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is true, but the ones that they did have looked pretty good compared to this film, which was years later. I think Oh, go ahead.
It wasn't ILM though.
Yeah, I don't think it was. And even then, there's also a factor of Jurassic Park. There was a lot of factors that why Jurassic Park still exists to this day. That no other production. I haven't heard of any other production doing what Jurassic Park did initially, where they had Phil Tippett and his team with the stop motion effects. Part of the reason why that CGI still looks good to this day is because they had Phil Tippett and his team who professed in stop motion effects, so they understood lighting along with texture, and so they supervised the CGI for that. That's why it still looks good to this day.
There's also the other factors. A shark is not a dinosaur, and also lighting and water
and
motion. It's just a complicated thing, and also we've seen sharks. We know what they look like, so it's that issue of dinosaurs you've never seen, so you can play with
Yeah.
like textures and stuff. Jurassic Park, of course, and there are other films of the 90s that have great special effects and they stand today. I don't think this one is as bad, especially with the sharks. I don't think there's a lot worse out there now.
Oh yeah.
But I do like that they still knew when to do the practical sharks. When
Yeah,
they're swimming
yeah.
through the hallways, and a lot of those scenes are practical. I just think the only times it really was a little meh was the human bias, like when it killed the one guy.
Bubba Wrap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
leg is still there and it's like twitching. It's still so cartoony and so bad. And I'm like, that doesn't look that great, but the shark looked okay, you know, looked fine.
Maybe I'm just being too.
I mean, we've seen
too
really great
critical.
effects now too, and
Yeah.
it's also, I think the reason why a lot of people like criticize a lot of effects now is that the people are being pushed too much. Like they're not giving them the time. Jurassic Park had the time. They gave them time
Yeah.
to really work on those effects because it was just so new.
And it was Spielberg. You don't fuck with Spielberg.
Well, yeah.
Oh
But-
yeah.
But
I mean, yeah.
but no,
But
that
then
is
again, but then not to go a little further away, but then it's like if you look at Transformers, like the first one, like,
The first one,
first,
yeah.
yeah. not
There's a lot of them.
yeah, not too far, but the first and the second one at least. But the effects of those, the CG was so complex.
Mhm.
It's just, to me, I feel like it just depends on the studio and how much money and how much time,
Yeah.
and what
Oh, yeah.
program they'll probably be using,
Also,
because ain't nobody's going to share their programs.
well, one other thing I'm also going to add once again about
Yeah.
first Transformers, Spielberg again.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
Spielberg worked on that one again. Yeah, that's the other thing. Very few people have the clout where they can basically say, "I am this person. You will wait for me."
Mhm. Or
Unfortunately,
James
yeah,
Cameron too. James Cameron
Oh,
uses
But he
really
takes
great.
time. He
Yeah.
knows time works. And everyone started hating, oh, no one cares about Avatar. He let them make it. He made it, took his time, and movie looked good.
It does look
It
like
looks
I
good.
want to go to Pandora, and I know it ain't real, but it
Well,
just
So we go all the time.
we go all the time.
visually it
Sounds
just
Yeah, it's just down the street from us. Yeah, it's Orlando, so we go
Oh,
to
yeah.
Animal Kingdom and
yeah.
But the reality is, like, Cameron also knows, as perfectionist as he is, he does know when things need to be taking their time and making
Yeah.
sure everything is done right. And oh, look, it looks amazing when you take your time and
That
put
is-
the effort into it.
but I the major thing I got to get to Renny Harlin here, though. I'm just assuming here, but he still seemed. I would imagine it may come just with the fact that he came from horror, like a lot of great filmmakers did, and just understood the value of practical effects. Because one thing we have to give to Nightmare 4, that has some of the best damn practical effects in the franchise, courtesy of Screaming Mad George and I believe Dan VFX. So he understands the value of good practical effects to go with the CGI, and he understood the importance of the tangible, what you can touch, what you can see. But I like how he was realistic with what shots he knew had to be CGI, because yeah, it's great to see sharks on camera and all that stuff, but simultaneously, if you also want to sell the speed, and you can't really do that as well with animatronics. As much as we love Jaws, yeah, we never got a chance to really see how fast the suckers go. But using the CGI as they do in this movie, they do show how fast the sharks can go.
Mhm.
In open
Yeah.
water.
So you're not going to get a shark to swim backwards if you don't do it in CG.
It doesn't matter how smart you are. It is literally not physically possible.
Well, why isn't it physically possible?
It's something to do about how it's built and like
Um,
how they.
It is a matter of propulsion. It is
like, how would they propel themselves? They can't do this. Like,
I mean,
the fish has their little flippers, like they can do this, but sharks are straight. So how would it?
yeah, you can't do that.
How would it be able to go backwards? It just can't physically do that.
Unless it's shaking its head, no, 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 and then doing the Amy what?
Well,
doing
is
the
sharks
Amy
is sharks
Winehouse
one of
going,
those
"No, no, no."
is one of those where they have to swim in order for the water to go over their gills for them to breathe? Is it one of
There was a discussion. I think there was something about like sharks always have to move because otherwise they'll drown. But I think that got disproven.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
I think I remember something about that, but in the case of like swimming backwards, it's just the way their bodies are built. They can't physically propel. Like they swim like this, but how would you do this?
Hmm.
Yeah. No, that's definitely good. So food for thought, right there. But
They're smart. They figured out.
oh yeah, they
physics.
smart.
They all got together and started, mulling over all the math in their little sharky faces, figuring out the logistics of how can we move our
Well, not
bodies
only did they
backwards.
just swim backwards, they recognized the gun. They
that too. They knew the gun.
He was
Oh, you see
like,
that
I could believe.
that makes sense. Even if they weren't smart, I mean, animals do operate on instinct based on conditioning.
mhm.
I have a clap fan, and one time I snapped it open, and my cat just flew out of the room. The next time she saw it, she recognized it and hissed at it.
Oh.
So if my cat can recognize a clap fan, I don't think it's not outside the realm of possibility that a super smart shark can recognize a gun.
Okay.
Well, I mean, that's how you train any animal is through habit.
Yeah.
Really is. And yeah,
Remember our fourth brother George? He got shot in the face by that thing. We have memories.
even
The
then.
water. What is it?
Well, I mean, even when you're a kid and you're getting your vaccinations for the first time, you're going to remember the asshole who's poking you in the arm multiple times. Every time you have to go back to, oh no, first
the
time
vet.
first time I was a kid getting my vaccinations, man, I was horrible. But after that, I never wanted to go back to the doctor again because I was terrified the bastard was going to poke me with something. So I'm like, so I think that to me, I think is just pure animal instinct.
I just think the North remembers. Like the sharks remember.
I must be different because I don't mind being poked. Like even now, it's like I have to see it. They're like, "Oh, you can look away if you." I was like, "No, I have to watch it because I have to make sure they do it right."
I'll get my Fauci ouchie anytime I want, or anytime I'm able to.
Oh, I don't look at that. It's no.
Yeah.
I don't want to see long pointy things going into my skin. That's creepy.
Well, recently I had to have my blood test done, and it was over before I even knew. I was like, wait a minute, you already had it done? Because they were just that good at their job. They just were able to get it in and take the blood. And I was like actually kind of amazed on that. I don't know. Well, actually, speaking of wounds, where I was like going, "Ow, Jesus, shit." The end of the movie when Carter gets the spear right through his leg, and the wire very clearly rips open his leg, and he's in salt water.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm just like,
that bro ain't walking straight for a while.
It's like a good thing the morning shift came in because otherwise
he'd bleed out.
He'd bleed out, or he'd probably get he'd get like an infected ass wound. I mean, like I don't know. To me, I think his leg is kaput. I don't know.
Well, you have to remember that the preacher too. They thought they were safe, and the preacher was getting he got bit
up a little bit.
Yeah, he got chewed up a lot too.
Yeah, because he got dragged by Pokey, and then he stabbed.
Mm-hmm. Oh, in the eye.
With his cross. Yeah.
Yeah.
Faith saved him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, give it. Someone on some Reddit somewhere down there is going to have a whole thing about the religious subtext of Deep Blue Sea.
Please, how many times has somebody been wearing some kind of pendant or have a Bible or some kind of thick book in their pocket and that stops the bullet or whatever? It's like, just stab the damn thing. Use your fingers. Like, that would work too.
Yeah.
It made the shark drop them, so
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, no, it turned out the shark was an agnostic and it didn't want to acknowledge it.
So
it's like, oh, I'm being attacked by Dean Cain. Oh God.
Yeah.
Fuck you. You're not Superman anymore.
Hasn't been for years.
Yeah. Okay, so I think we've gone routes with this I think we never thought possible. So to wrap it all up, let's go ahead and give us our top kill of Deep Blue Sea. But as a challenge, we're discounting the Samuel L. Jackson kill because pretty much the entire internet has embraced that one as the greatest thing ever. So that's not fair. So best kill that's not Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to go with Bird. Because it was so unexpected. You did not think the bird was gonna go. It was like,
hello, snacks.
Yeah, they call him Snipper.
was
Yeah.
terrible.
Bird.
Yeah.
Bird. You ate my bird.
Yeah. And yeah, for extra we do get "You ate my
You
bird."
get like the line of the
Yeah.
movie.
It's like somehow, some way, LL Cool J was able to sell the badassery of "You ate my bird."
Yeah.
Well,
Feel
Brandon,
that anger when
Yeah.
he's like, I'm gonna flash fry you.
Shark fin soup on the menu, bitch. All right, Lynn, you're
Oh, I'm going with yeeting
Stellan Skarsgård.
Stellan Skarsgård into
Uh.
the glass. I'm sorry. It's always funny to me. Because they're just all like, what is that? And the shark is literally like, oh, and it's just like,
and you can even read it on Stellan Skarsgård. So like going, I made bad life choices.
yeah, he's regretting everything in his life.
Yeah,
at this moment.
he's thinking of all the shit he never got a chance to do
Shark
in that.
45 miles an hour.
Yeah.
40,
That fast.
46 miles per hour. Yeah, that fast. For myself, I'm actually going to keep it serious. For me, it would definitely have to be Janice's death in the shaft, just when the shark just comes up, because she's already screaming bloody murder. Just
Oh yeah.
I mean, to me, I will say I do find it affecting when characters who are just in total utter terror and desperate and just freaking out, because that's nature right there. That is pretty much what a animal probably thinks like when they're about to die, being eaten by a predator. I mean, that's like the equivalent right there, and they portray that so damn well. And the actress does an incredible job selling it. But then just the great practical effect of the shark coming up in the water with her and its maw, and then just pulling her down back underneath. I mean, that is pure terror right there. Because I will say, there's ways that people, anyone ever thinks that they're ever going to die. Obviously, they never want to be eaten, because eaten is like, it is like if you're eaten, you hope to God it's going to be a quick death and not like.
And hers didn't look quick.
No, that did not look quick.
Sam Jackson looked a little quick.
Yeah, he got ripped apart like soon afterwards.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, hers did not like that one. Looked like, oh guys, I just really just want to take time with this one.
Exactly. So that for me was mine. So
that shark had a bench.
Yeah.
The other ones were like, guys, we're hungry.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so that was Deep Blue Sea. This is how we end our story, and that is also how we end Nature Strikes Back month. Fantastic series of ones we watch, and even in response to that, we actually got to watch a whole bunch of other ones just for shits and giggles.
I exposed you to so many good ones.
So for fun, at the end of Nature Strikes Back month, Ivotres, are there any other Nature Strikes Back movies? Doesn't have to be sharks. Like any other Nature Strikes Back movies that you want to recommend to us?
Zombies?
Zombievers?
No. It's the whole zoo.
Zombies.
There we go. Yeah.
Where an entire zoo gets like a zombie virus and all the.
Yeah. That was funny. That was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
No, I haven't seen that.
Okay.
You know what? I kind of want to watch that in a double feature with Zombievers.
That was pretty funny.
Well, another one that I didn't mention last time, like when we did our review on Lake Placid, one that we sat down to watch was Orca the Killer Whale.
Oh yeah. Oh, I saw
I'd
that.
seen it. He had.
Yeah.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
I had not seen it.
No idea what the plot was.
I did not realize. I did not know that we were going to get the John Wick of fucking whales, but we got the John Wick of whales, man.
Whale would have been a friend.
But I did hear though the orca is a natural killer.
Oh yeah.
They're jerks.
Remember, we're in the land of SeaWorld. We know all about how dangerous.
Oh yeah, that's right. You guys live.
Right.
I think Orca would have been good friends with the Makos, the trio Makos. I think even though they don't like each other, they all agree humans suck.
Yeah. Oh, humans do suck. Humans do lick balls. Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. Aquatic aside, I mean, I know I sang praise about it before. But I'd definitely say a recent one, definitely Dangerous Animals. I had a grand old time with. I don't. Did you catch that one?
Mm-mm.
Oh, that one was a lot of fun. Just a nice. Wolf Creek on the high seas. I think that's the best way to describe that movie. But well, the whole premise of it is that it's a serial killer who runs a swimming with sharks like excursion for tourists. But one thing he'll do is that he'll actually like take tourists and capture them and actually feed them to sharks.
Oh.
Yeah.
So the sharks aren't the bad guys.
Yeah, no, that's the cool part about the movie is that the sharks actually aren't the bad guys. And they actually treat the sharks with a level of reverence, which is actually kind of cool about the movie.
One epic creature feature that I showed you because you said you had never actually seen the movie. Anaconda.
Anaconda, yeah, I finally.
You haven't seen Anaconda?
I finally watched it for the first time.
Oh, you did.
all the way through.
all the way through.
Yeah.
I saw that at the theater.
Oh no, I will say now I'm now officially an Anaconda fan, and I think I could possibly cosplay Paul Cerrone at some point.
That movie was so bad. It's like, which is more scary?
Did you see the second one?
No.
No,
Oh, you haven't seen the second one?
No, I didn't see the second
Oh,
one.
I think
was
it's
that one worth-
blood.
Yeah, I think it was a
Blood Orchid
or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Anacondas plural.
Yeah, it was like an island of
First
them.
we had
Like have a big orgy, but they needed a blood orchid to do. I forgot.
I'll stick with the first one. That had anacondas and anyway.
Exactly.
And that one had like an all-star cast.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It was like hardcore.
Exactly.
I know. It was Ice Cube, J-Lo.
Ice Cube, J-Lo, John Voight, Owen Wilson, Jared Moore,
Danny Trejo.
Yeah, Danny
Oh
Trejo.
yeah, that's right. Man.
Yeah, no, damn good cast. Eric Stoltz.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Easiest role he has.
Easiest damn.
But you know.
Yeah, made more money sitting on a bed in Anaconda than he would have as Marty McFly. But zing. Oh yeah. Honestly, I had a lot of fun doing Nature Strikes Back month. I think we may need to revisit this.
Oh yeah.
At a later time. Yeah, a lot of other
movies are.
Yeah, so I mean, not gonna top the glory of Slugs, but I think this one came pretty damn close. Actually, another one I did watch recently, which I did make mention of, was a movie called Venom, which I watched recently with Klaus Kinski, Oliver Reed.
Which one's scarier, Klaus Kinski or a Black Mamba?
Oh, Klaus Kinski, no question. But that was another one with a fun premise. Basically, trapped in a house where these kidnappers go in to kidnap a child, but unfortunately, like right when they were about to go in to kidnap the child, this kid is an animals enthusiast, and he got the wrong package. He intended to get a package just with a basic house snake, but it got mixed up with this research facility, and he ended up with a black mamba.
Ooh.
Honestly, the way they sell it in that premise, they do a great job selling how this happened. Like but
it's just so funny.
Oh, it's extremely funny, especially like Klaus Kinski. It's like Klaus Kinski versus the deadliest snake on earth. Which one will win? Yeah, which one wins?
Well, is the black mamba like? Did they genetically alter it, or is it just?
It's just no.
Oh, okay.
You don't need to genetically alter a black mamba. That sucker is.
That's why the bride in Kill Bill was called the Black Mamba.
Yeah,
you don't need to do anything.
That is no.
Is it the deadliest?
That is the deadliest snake in the world. Yeah. No, that is one where literally one bite alone would kill you in just minutes. Multiple bites, you're dead in seconds.
Where are they at?
Australia?
No. Those are. I want to say they're South American. I'd have to do.
I always assume Australia because everything is deadly there. I gotta look that up now.
But in any case, Venom was a fun premise. Originally, it was supposed to be directed by Toby Hooper, but I think he pulled out for. I don't want to say creative. I remember he pulled out for another reason, but the director who did a wonderful job. Well, Africa. Oh, it's an African. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, and their heads are shaped like coffins.
Ooh. They
They
are pure black, right? Aren't they?
No, they are actually a light shade of brown.
They're a highly venomous snake native to sub-Saharan Africa and known for its speed, aggression, and potent venom. Black mambas have coffin-shaped heads, brownish gray bodies, and their body is like a brownish gray, and their bellies are light.
Yeah.
Oh.
They can grow to 14 feet.
Yikes!
Yeah, see, that's why, like, earlier walking into the apartment, I ran across a black racer. I didn't feel any...
The black racers are nothing.
Yeah, they're sweethearts. Yeah, so...
Oh, and it's the second largest snake in the world, obviously. The largest is the anaconda.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. It's the second largest?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Whole lot of nope.
Whole lot of nope.
That is a nope rope.
But the other thing I got to give it to Venom is they actually did use a real black mamba in the making of that movie.
Did they remove the sass?
Oh no, they did. They do a really great job. The editing is really good. A lot of it is a lot of isolated shots
Okay.
So everybody's like 50 feet away. We're just gonna zoom in on
Oh yeah,
Like,
they, were
heck
still,
no.
they still did a
Okay.
pretty impressive job.
Treat Klaus Kinski. We'll just stay back here, sir.
Yeah, because he could have killed the whole crew and cast for that thing.
Him or the
Uh-uh.
oh.
So we definitely got a lot. So Ivotres, would you want, if we did Nature Strikes Back again sometime next month, would you like to rejoin us again for
Next month or next year?
next year? Next year, sorry.
Next month we
Oh.
go.
Next year. No, next month next month we're just randoming it, and then after that it's horror by proxy, and then we go into discomfort flicks for 2025.
I got it.
But anyway, so as internet etiquette, Ivotres, go ahead and give us all your socials. Where can they find you?
They can find me at Horror Movies and Beyond on Instagram, X,
Yeah.
Blue Sky. I need to get rid of X. But anyway, Blue Sky, YouTube, and TikTok. Horror Movies and Beyond. Or you could just type my name, Ivotres Littles, Ivotres, and everything will pop up because I'm the only Ivotres in the world. So,
There could never be another. There could be another.
but thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, thank you once again for joining us, and I always look forward to the next time you have me on your show, because every time it's always a wonderful discussion. Always, every time. Yeah. Well, we have to find that next wolf cop. We got to find that next wolf cop.
I've been looking. I can't find anything.
Gotta find that next wolf cop or that next blood diner. We gotta find it. Yeah, something like that. All right, everybody.
Okay.
So stay tuned for what we got next on What's in the Podcast, and just keep an eye on what we got going on. We even have something else fun planned for the future, but that's something for another day. And if you wish to delve into the dark bowels of the human imagination, ask yourself the simple question: what's in the podcast?
Thank you for joining us on this edition of What's in the Podcast. If you find yourself hungry for more deep cuts into the gloriously morbid and macabre, you can also find us on TikTok, Blue Sky, and YouTube at Narcotic Casserole. You can also follow us on Instagram at Narcotic Casserole 25. Follow us if you dare.